Ebro, you still wrong about Lil Uzi Vert.
Might be the greatest promo in the history of YouTube. Shout out to the Uzi Vert fans. Uzi Vert be trolling, I'll be trolling, the fans trolling. It's a great time.
But wait, it just resurfaces on every anniversary?
I guess they got a calendar reminder. This 10 years, pops up in their calendar, they get it popping.
It's 10 years, right?
Wait, add context, though. 10 years for what, though?
For the interview. And I think they're celebrating that he's still around and I'm still, I lost a job and he got more money and he's still here and all the things. But I ask you, while his hit songs are going around right now, are you guys highly anticipating the Uzi Vert album?
Personally, no.
I really like that new song. That song's fire.
New song
if I get an album like that, I'm locked in for sure.
Okay.
I don't need an album like that.
So wait, you want the whole thing on that type of time, or
if there's an overlapping theme and it's similar to that sound, yeah, I'm in.
You rocking with Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think for the most part, Uzi Vert doesn't miss on project.
Okay. Nick, you would say for an Uzi Vert fan like yourself, he definitely has been delivering the way you want him to.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm just looking at his tapes now, like even the Pink tape, which was like a mixtape for all intents and purposes, was great with a lot of good songs on there. So in general, when it comes to a body of work, he does pretty well.
And he's rock star status, proving me wrong.
Yeah. I think I Just Want to Rock. That's a big rock star song, you know?
Wait,
Stadium
you have
status.
a problem with this? He's not rock star status?
Not rock star status. He's a rap superstar, but he's not rock star status.
But I think, is he a rap
That's the same
superstar?
thing.
That's kind of the new thing, man.
Rock superstar.
It is.
No, it's not.
What?
Are there rock stars in hip hop?
Rock stars aren't even rock stars no more. When we say rock stars, we're usually talking about rappers.
I always put it through the Lil Wayne filter, right? Because Lil Wayne was trying to be a rock star. That was what he was doing, with the Martian and all. A lot of what Uzi does kind of goes through that filter while it dovetails into other places. But the Martian, the outer space, to this, to that, to that. And part of even going back 10 years, part of the reason that interaction even happened, because the audience may or may not know, but I'm, obviously cool with his team, Drama and Lake, shout to them. And they were like, yo, he loves to get to these bars. And I was like, look, I've seen him spit and I know he could really, really get to rapping. So let's throw on a classic hip hop beat. And then obviously he didn't want to get on a classic hip hop beat and that turned into the whole thing. Because for me, if you rapping, you rapping. Mm-hmm. Right? So you can rap. If you can rap, you can rap. If you have trouble jumping on certain type of beats now, I'm like, all right, I found you, your weak link. You know what I mean? I found out your weakness here.
But I mean, in the 10 years that have passed since that interview, you still hold that metric? Like,
absolutely.
You need to be able to, okay.
I feel like if you could rap, you could rap.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And are you buying that merch down below? Gang, listen. Before we get started, head down into that description. Hit that Temu link. You shop at Temu. Use my link to do it. All right, man, this is where being an old head goes wrong. And when you can't learn new tricks and you're stuck back in the past, and I know I'm guilty of it sometimes where I'm stuck on certain hip-hop rules. Certain hip-hop rules, they're there for a reason. A lot of them, I won't let you slide and I won't bend, I won't break, and I'm not going to bend on this one. But some hip-hop rules, gang, the rule that Ebro is still trying to hold over Lil Uzi Vert, that you can't rap to certain beats, I get it. I was there when he did it. And I'm there now, that it is a fact to be a really good rapper means you can rap to almost any beat. I keep bringing up that episode of when Red and Meth had that prank show and they brought Ludacris on there. They gave him a beat that was almost unrappable too, and Ludacris was like, this beat is crazy, I can't really rap to this, but he sat there with a pen and paper and started writing to that. I believe the show was called Stung, right? It was some Red Man and Method Man. It didn't last. It was a prank show, but he sat there and he wrote a rap to it and he rapped to the beat. And it was like, we can't, bro. They say, bro, this is a prank. We can't believe that you actually rap to that. So it's not a myth. It's an unwritten rule that a rapper that's supposed to be nice, right, can spit to any beat. Ebro is right on that. But at the end of the day, there are levels to hip hop. And certain rappers, even in the 80s, even in the 90s, can't rap to everything. that doesn't mean you're not a good rapper. It's some rappers that can go off their head and do it off the top rhyme. It's some of them that can't. Don't mean they're not good rappers. Don't mean they're not capable of rapping. Ebro held that kid. It was almost. He kind of almost. It was a vendetta. I'm gonna be honest that he did to Lil Uzi Vert. Cause yes, you're supposed to be. If you're in a cipher, like what they do when they got the BET cipher, right? They're supposed to be able to throw. The DJ's supposed to throw on any beat. Right? And you're supposed to just catch the beat and start rapping. That is a unwritten rule, but at the same time, as hip-hop got better and beats changed and people started getting finicky with their beats, some people be like, yo, I don't like the beat. And what Ebro was not allowing, that he wasn't allowing Uzi Vert to just say, I don't like the beat. Okay? That's where this old head mentality, sticking to these rules, gets in the way. And Ebro didn't like young rappers. Let's just be honest. His whole demeanor, he's like, yo, you're going to be 27 and it's going to be all different when you come back here. And so the whole simple fact of the matter is 2016, he gave this beat, he threw the beat on. He was trying to do some Funk Master Flex, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, Uzi Vert was young. He didn't like the beat. It is what it is. You can't chastise him. And I've seen rappers that really can rap be like, give me a different beat. And this is the thing. This is what Ebro don't understand when he's holding that thing over his head. As a rapper myself, some beats gonna make you flow different. Some beats gonna make you go. And it ain't fair to ambush somebody with any kind of beat. Right? Let's just be honest. Every rap you wrote don't go to every beat. Even the best rap. You can get Black Thought up there. You give him some beat that's too slow or too fast, he gonna flop. He may catch it, he may even rap to it, but it ain't gonna be as good as if it was a really good beat. So Ebro kind of stepped out of bounds with this one because he chastised that dude. Let's be honest. Back then, Ebro was doing what we thought rappers wanted to hear, like hip hop fans. There was a divide back then. It's still there. When the SoundCloud rappers, we just saw with Lil Yachty, he's still mad about it. When the SoundCloud rappers came in, us staunch hip hop backpack guys, we wasn't open to it. We didn't accept it. So here's Ebro's moment. He got old man Ebro in his name for a reason. This was his moment to actually pander to us. Us guys are like, they really can't rap. They're not doing hip hop, da-da-da-da. Because we was on our shit. This is what it is. Hip hop, like I said, we don't bend, we don't break. But this was Ebro moment to embarrass one of these SoundCloud rappers. This wasn't about no beat. Because if he could have got him on something else, he would have got him on something else. He was pandering to us. He was overly... First of all, you're the program director up there. Allegedly. You are up there. You're doing interviews. It's not your place to try to embarrass and hit these young rappers with gotcha moments. That's for somebody else. That's somebody in the chat, in the comment section. You're not supposed to do that. He's a star. His management team entrusted him with you to come up there and do a fair and honest interview. Not to throw in a beat he don't like, then try to say you're going to be out of the game because you can't rap. First of all, he don't need to rap to no old-ass Gangstar beat or whatever the beat was anyway, because his motherfucker got his home fan base. He wasn't there for that. When rappers come up, when you get Simba up there and Simba's bitching about the beat, okay, lay into his ass. But this guy didn't come up there saying, I'm a rapper, da-da-da. This guy told you, I'm going to be a rock star. His whole mentality wasn't this. And some of us got it, some of us didn't. But Ebro still, to this day, in 2016, is still standing on what he said. He's trying to say, well, is he a rock star? He's trying to mince and pick and nitpick and try to still bring this man down. At the end of the day, long story short, Ebro, you were wrong. This dude's still around at a very high level. His music still gets a high reception. People still want to go out and see him. You said it's going to be different when in 10 years. You said it's going to be different when you're going to be come back sniffing around. The only thing different is your ass got fired. Right? He didn't get fired from rapping. You got fired from what you're doing. You're over there on Apple now trying to build that up, which took for fucking ever. I see the Laura Ebro and Rosenberg show, this, that, and the third. They're still trying to get their footing. Let's just say that. It didn't blow up like they thought. Now their numbers are up and they got a studio, which, like I said, when I first spoke on the platform, I said, you guys can't keep doing shows from your house. I said, I'm sure they're working on the studio and I'm sure that's in the plan. They should have waited because it looks embarrassing to have Ebro over here at his house and Rosenberg at his house and Laura ain't never there. Laura was on vacation forever. I think she still got the headphones on from home doing some other shit. So at the end of the day, I said it looked embarrassing. Y'all bigger than this. You should have a bigger platform than this. You shouldn't still be, I think they still ain't got 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. So y'all still trying to figure this thing out, but they do have a studio, which I said was coming. But end of the day, it's looking better. They just got a huge interview. Was it T.I.? I think they just got, which did huge numbers. But outside of that, the show is still trying to find its footing. for all the hype that Ebro is supposed to bring when he drops into the room. It's still trying to find its footing. It's still trying to find an audience. A lot of things are just still murky over there. So end of the day, he just signed a new record deal. He about to drop a whole new album. He's doing his thing out here. Nobody's questioning, yo, did Lil Uzi Vert, did he fall out? Nobody's saying that because he still can go and pack out huge venues. He still get festivals, and people still is inspired by his music to go listen to it. And Ebro tried to nip it. I watched the clip of him talking to the team over there at Apple, whatever the name of the show is, right? And he kept trying to pick it and try to sparsely say, well, is he really a rock star or is he a rap star? Like, it's like, gang, sometimes you just got to say, I was wrong. Old motherfuckers, they have an issue with saying they wrong. That's a problem. That's an old head. It's just, yo, you were wrong on that, right? You just, it is what it is. You're wrong, right? Like, for instance, I'm going to give you this topic. Sometimes you're just wrong. Sometimes you just don't know, right? With the whole thing with Drake with the blackface. Well, comes to find out, Mos Def did blackface too. Right? So end of the day, I haven't touched on it because I was wrong when I said, yo, Drake did blackface, no rapper would do that. Well, Mos Def did it and never explained why. He did it for some French shoot over there. I think it was in Paris or somewhere. And I got a video coming about that. But at the end of the day, sometimes you were wrong. So sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm going to delete this post and move on. Because I had put the post up and somebody, and bro's like, yeah, bro, Mos Def did blackface too. Guess what? You're right. But when I put it up, I said, somebody going to tell me if somebody did it. I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen nobody else do blackface. So somebody going to tell me. Sure enough, they came with this shit that Mos Def had did photo of blackface and Beyonce and this, that, and the third. End of the day, I'm going to have that. That's a whole different conversation. But when you're wrong, you're just wrong. It is what it is. Sometimes you just got to eat it. Don't sit there and try to fight it, try to bend the words and twist it, this, that, and the third. That's what Ebro's trying to do. He's trying to bend it and twist the words. Well, no, he's not. He said he's going to be a rock star. He said 10 years ago, I'm going to be a rock star. Is he a rock star? So he's trying to mince words and trying to play games with the semantics. It's silly shit. Just be wrong. Just say, he's still doing his thing. I was wrong. Move on. And this is what he's struggling to do. Let me read this article, have this conversation. Ebro's stubborn take about Lil Uzi Vert has the internet rolling its eyes 10 years later by Zachary Horvath, right? Lil Uzi Vert fans are reminding Ebro just how wrong they think he was back in 2016, but the latter still believes he got a point. You don't have a point, Ebro. Nearly 10 years ago to the day, Ebro and Lil Uzi Vert butted heads over who would be right about the rapper's career. On Hot 97, the radio host predicted that around age 27, 28, right, Lil Uzi Vert he just hit 30. The Philadelphia artist would be struggling, in quotes. That's what he said. So he's not struggling. So with that, like, it's other motherfuckers you could have named. Like, well, what's homeboy? I just put a post up about him. I said, whatever happened to the rapper Kyle? Right? I put that on Twitter, on X. Right? Salute to Jay Nolan. He said, well, rapper Kyle, he still drops consistently and he does his thing. So end of the day, Lil Uzi Vert is by no stretch of the imagination got a whatever happened to post. Yeah, like whatever happened to Lil Uzi Vert when motherfucker about to drop Eternal Awake 3 on some bullshit. So end of the day, he's not struggling. Right, eating good, right? End of the day, let me continue. What led to this forecast was that Uzi was not interested in rapping over a more traditional hip-hop beat. They were steadfast that they would remain relevant, but Ebro didn't have much faith. All right, we're going to see, and guess what? I'm going to be here. Well, fast forward to now, and Lil Uzi Vert is still doing their thing. I didn't know he go by day. I didn't know. This is news to me. And buzzing on the charts after signing a new record deal. Some would argue that the quality has dipped to an extent, but for the most part, they are very much still here. Their fans are reminding Ebro of that today, which just so happens to be a 6-year anniversary of Eternal Awake. Moreover, his single, What You Saying, is still ringing off as it hits number 27 on the Hot 100. That's a good look, because a lot of motherfuckers ain't on the Hot 27 at all. A lot of them songs off of that, what's that? Some Sexy Songs for You would have loved to have hit hot number 27. Let's just be honest. They are also reminding him of his "Be Here" comment as he's no longer with Hot 97. But even though you can pretty much confidently say Ebro was wrong about Uzi's trajectory, he still believes he was right. In a Rap Life review clip called by Kirko, he tries to prove that he is by asking his panel if they are still eager for a new project from him. The funny thing about it, he asked the whole panel, all of them said, yeah. They're like, we can't wait for this project. So the whole point got crashed and burnt. So you're sitting there trying to prove your point, and all of them, they start naming songs and this, that, and that. They really into this guy, the whole panel up there. So end of the day, you double wrong. And let's see if we get the triple wrong. Let's see if we get there. He also tries to switch up the initial focus from his prediction he made in 2016 to them living up to rock star status. Triple wrong. It ain't about him being a rock star. You're saying he's going to be struggling. You're trying to mince words and say this, that, and the third. You're triple wrong. Uzi did say they were going to be one, and most of the Rap Life review hosts felt he reached to that degree. Fans of that are quick to point Ebro's pivoting out in the comments. Quote, wasn't his point Uzi wouldn't be around for that long, one user asked. That's exactly what he said, because that was the sentiment amongst us old heads, that these young rappers won't be around. You won't be around next year. My rap's too severe, kicking mad flavor in your ear, right on some Craig Mack. We were saying they won't be around. Dude's still around 10 years later. Let me continue. Another writes, quote, that's not the original argument. It wasn't if he was going to still be number one or the most relevant of all time. He specifically said a few years down the road, y'all going to get to struggling. Uzi responded to that I'm not going to be struggling, right? And he proved him right. But even though there doesn't seem to be too hard of feelings anymore, Ebro is loving that the debate keeps coming back to light. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's great promo. Love it. So that's when you're trying to eat your crow and puts a little bit of sugar on it so it don't taste so bad. He's trying to make it like, oh, the promo, da-da-da. I get it, and you're trying to spin it, whatever, da-da-da. But you're still wrong. You're triple wrong. You're trying to make it like, yeah, it's great promo, da-da-da. Nobody want to be getting promo for being fucking wrong. Like, no one wants that. You don't want to sit back and be like, I'm wrong as a motherfucker. I'm wrong every morning. Tune in. Like, fuck out of here. Let me continue. Going back to that album excitement, though, Uzi is seemingly ready to drop in 2026. In a dazed interview, they believe there needs to be a change of scenery. Quote, I got to change the scene. I can think of it right now. That's how good I am. Steampunk, because everything's too goth. So we're going to make it more steampunk. So Lil Uzi Vert coming back with some steampunk shit. He going to turn the whole game up. But Ebro, you triple wrong on this one. You messed up. You really were biased against these young rappers. This is going to be honest. And I understand we all were there, but a lot of us, such as myself, now we're coming around. I just did the Lil King review, and I like Lil King's album. I told you I don't listen to a lot of 25-year-old albums, but Lil King is spitting. I just saw a whole bunch of what's that freestyle? It just was it on the radar? That freestyle that they got, all them rappers came up. I rock with that. I shared it. I followed a couple of the rappers on. I've been listening. I've been plugging in. I'm like going out of my way to find this new talent. I got a whole list, like 10 new female R&B singers that I'm following and I'm looking up. I'm looking for their music. All these posts is these posts on Instagram. It'll be like you swiping. They have 10 artists. I'm reading all that. I'm watching all that. I'm listening to the music. I am out here trying to actually see what the next lane has to offer, actively going out of my way to make sure, right? I see Coast Contra, I see you out there, I see Big Pun's son, I see a lot of people doing that thing. Razcat's son is in Coast Contra, so it's a lot of talent out there, a lot of freestyle. I just saved somebody, yes, I just shared somebody, a young dude came up in my feed, he was already popping, but I've been sharing a lot of young artists, so we're actively doing more to be better at knowing what's going on in the culture. That mind frame that Ebro had back in 2016, we got to get out of that. And we can't keep going around talking about these youngers ain't saying nothing. Well, they actually spitting. Let's be honest, a lot of trash still floating around, but that trash ain't getting the light no more. Something really curious happened back in 2024. It was a particular battle, and now lyrics are low-key back, okay? So now, all of that shit where they was doing, even a seasoned artist, you see 21 Savage out here struggling, using bots, this, that, and the third. So it's a whole different scenery right now, where a lot of that shit that was flying a couple years ago ain't flying no more, man. Listen, I'm out of here. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Ebro, you wrong. You triple wrong. End of the day. All right, CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, they ship all over the continental U.S. Also, we got a show called The What Show every Wednesday night. Me, TJ, and Fliz, 9:15, 9:30, all my social media platforms. Go down into my description. Hit that Temu link. You shop on Temu anyway. I also got DistroKid down there, ReStream, a couple other links. Tap into the affiliate links section of my description. Show some love for the boy. My Patreon been up for a couple weeks now. It's popping. I got 100 members on there. Listen, man, go over there if you want exclusive content. And if you just want to see everything I'm putting out every day, I post free stuff for pay, this, that, and the third. Patreon been popping for at least 2 weeks at this point, and it's growing, gang. So head on over there. And we got a new song called This, That, off the What Project. Me, TJ, and Fliz, we rapping, we barking, doing this, that, and the third. A lot of people seem to like it, all right? Tap in. I'm out of here. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look,
Mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.